Now we got to put you on the spot, bro. Who is going to win the Olympia this year?
Big Ramy's Mr. Olympia top 6 predictions. Is Dorian Yates training Sergio Oliva Jr.? Plus, are we going to see Nathan Asha versus Regan Grimes 3.0 this weekend? What's up, desktoppers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back for another bodybuilding news video. And our first update here is from Martin Fitzwater, who's looking ridiculous in these latest updates. It seems like he's added a ton of size lately, especially. And it looks like he's really balancing out his physique as well. It seems like his arms are coming out more to match his crazy shoulders, which are getting bigger. Quads are looking really good. And from the front is where Martin really needed to improve from. And it looks like he's getting much better in those front poses. So I'm excited to see Martin hopefully compete in the Arnold Classic next year, if not in one of those other shows coming up soon afterwards. Now, our next update is from Charles Griffin, who I believe is doing the Legion Sports Fest in just a couple of weeks' time, looking awesome here. Like, I saw this photo and instantly had to double take. I'm like, is that what Charles Griffin's triceps look like? Is that how big they are? Abs look dialed in, looks really, really good. And something I've found really impressive about Charles Griffin just lately as well is his legs, because he actually had a pec injury earlier this year. Seems like it's obviously healed up enough for him to be training pretty hard, because he's looking really, really good. And he has to go into that contest as one of the favorites. Is going to be Justin Rodriguez, John Jewett, a whole bunch of other really good names, Eric Wood, that are doing that show. So it's going to be a really good contest. But Charles Griffin has really been impressive me lately. And under the guidance of Matt Jansen, he just seems to get better and better. Now, are we going to see Regan Grimes versus Nathan Asha this weekend in the Sheru Classic France? Now, I saw this posted up by Nathan Asha on his story, which is a share from Yamamoto Nutrition Italia, and it says, news, Regan Grimes, Nathan Asha, Theo Laguerriere on stage, and then it has the Sheru Classic logo, and it says 30th of September, which obviously means 30th September, and that's this weekend. I looked at it and I was like, wait, is that this weekend, isn't it? And I've seen Regan Grimes. He looks like he's up there in Canada, Pure Muscle and Fitness at the moment. Is he planning to go back to France to actually do this show? Now, I saw these photos posted up by Regan Grimes, and it says he's 6 weeks out, not a week. So I don't know what's going on there. If he's flying over there to make an appearance and stand on stage and talk, or if maybe I've got it completely wrong and they just think he's competing. I don't know, because he is the competitors list for this weekend show. And we've got guys like Nathan Asha, Vitor Both, who I'm excited to see, Tim Budesheim, Vlad Chiriak, who looks really, really damn good at the moment. Very, very shredded, working with Patrick Tua. Got Roman Fritz, another big name, Theo Laguerriere, Andrea Muzi's on there as well, Leandro Perez. So some really good names on that competitors list. So it's going to be a good show regardless, but I do see no Regan Grimes on that list. And as far as I know, I don't think he's competing in this show, but perhaps I am wrong. Maybe we'll see him this weekend. But here's the latest update here from Nathan Asha, who's looking next level. And those pre-contest updates Nathan was giving us before the first show definitely didn't show his physique in the full light. And plus, he filled up really, really well. I think they just nailed that peak perfectly, especially for the first show. But the second show, I think he still looked fantastic as well. It's going to be interesting to see what Nathan looks like this weekend, especially if we do see Regan Grimes on stage next to him. I'd love to see, a decider, because we've had one each to each of these guys for the last 2 contests, and it'd be very interesting to see what those results would play out like. But as far as I know, Regan's not doing it, but perhaps Yamamoto Nutrition know otherwise, because they did say news. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Is Nathan Asha competing against Regan Grimes this weekend? And if not, who do you think is winning this contest? I think most people will have Nathan Asha pretty clearly, unless obviously Regan is up there as well, because he did win the last show. Now, I'm sure all of you have heard by now, Big Ramy is not doing the 2023 Mr. Olympia, so that came as obviously a big bit of news. But in this interview here with Bob Chucarello on his channel, he has some interesting Mr. Olympia predictions. He pretty much gives a top 6 if you look into it. We've got a top 4 grouped and we've got like a 5, 6. So let's go through it and see Big Ramy's Mr. Olympia predictions.
Now we got to put you on the spot, bro. Who is going to win the Olympia this year?
Oh, that's a hardest question you can ask.
Of course.
Especially me.
But now you can answer it though, because you're out. So.
Big Ramy does not want to answer that question. I understand why as well, because obviously guys are going to use that as motivation. Be like, oh, Big Ramy didn't even remember me in his predictions. Oh, he has me out of a top 6 and things like that. So Big Ramy is like a big teddy bear, so people love him. So I understand why he doesn't want to give it. But Bob does a great job at extracting this out of Big Ramy, as you guys will see.
So do you have a winner? Or you're
No,
not picking a winner?
I can't
Give me
say
top
it.
3. In no order. Just give me the top 3 guys, whatever order you want.
It's hard. Maybe top 4?
Okay, you can do
Okay.
4. Yeah, I mean.
But it's not who was first or second.
No, just
I
give me your
think
top 4 or 5.
I
whatever.
think Brandon he will be.
Brandon.
And Hadi for sure.
Hadi, definitely.
He's a Mr. Olympia. Derek and Samson.
Derek Sampson.
And that's
This
it.
is the tough spot, the 5th. Andrew Jacks, Hunter Labrada. Who else we got?
How good is Bob at actually doing this? He's like, how about 5th? He's pretty much trying to get that sort of top 4 in no particular order, and then like 5th and then 6th. So watch this.
It's a lot of guys.
Who else is in there? I know there's a lot of
but
talent up there.
if you need me number 5, I think Hunter he can.
Hunter?
Yeah. Hunter he can make
He's
make
good.
something good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's-
because his last 2 show, maybe his last show.
Oh, wait a minute. We forgot Nick Walker.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait a
my
minute. See,
gosh,
now
yeah.
you got to remember all the guys.
You know what?
Nick Walker 5th. I mean, in top or 5.
maybe, yeah, between Nick and
Okay.
and
I think
Hunter.
that's a solid top 5 right there.
Bob really got a top 6, so he said obviously the top 4 I haven't written down here: Brandon Curry, Samson Dowda, and Derek Lunsford. No huge surprises there. Obviously Nick Walker was 3rd place last year, and then he went on to say Hunter, and then obviously Nick's name was brought up, and he goes, oh my gosh, and he obviously forgot about Nick, which sounds insulting, but Bob Chicarelli did mention Andrew Jacks. He's the one notable out of that top 6 that Big Ramy has. But obviously someone has to miss it. He's going to have, either a Nick Walker, a Hunter Labrada, or an Andrew Jack, a Brandon Curry, one of those guys likely finishing outside the top 6, which sounds crazy, but it is going to happen this year because there is too many names to fit into that top 5. So I found that interesting there from Big Ramy. But we've got some more news as well. I need to message Sergio about this, so Sergio, I will hit you up, obviously, probably straight after I do this, and if I get any more news, I'll get back to you guys. But it sounds like Dorian Yates is going to be training Sergio Oliva Jr., so let's listen to what was said on Heavy Muscle Radio, where I got this from.
Although I hear Sergio Oliva is going to Spain now to live with or live near or and train with Dorian. Is that true?
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, he sent me a picture, him and Dorian, and
Yeah.
I said, Jimmy Cliff still looks really good.
I have no idea who Jimmy Cliff is, but Chris said he was a reggae singer or something, and maybe that's because Dorian's lifestyle nowadays. But yeah, super, super interesting. Let's listen to what else they had to say and what they think of the matchup between Dorian Yates, not the matchup between, the matchup of Dorian Yates and Sergio Oliva Jr.
I think we'll see I think he might extract some stuff from Sergio that we've yet to see. So who knows?
He may extract, or he may, affect him, or extract affect him. To bring him to like a, not only next level but double next level.
Right.
I think I see them get along well, and I see Sergio benefiting from it, and I'm sure Sergio's humor and outlook growing quickly onto Dorian. I predict, Dave, that they end up 2 peas in a pod.
I can sort of see that as well. Like Dorian and Sergio, they have sort of somewhat similar beliefs in certain things and just the ways of life and things like that. So I can definitely see Dorian and Sergio getting on very, very well. And how epic is that? A 6-time Mr. Olympia in Dorian Yates training the son of a former Mr. Olympia that came years prior to Dorian, and then hopefully Sergio really excelling and reaching his potential. And now he's under the guidance of Neil Hill, formerly obviously with Chris Aceto, who was speaking there, who I believe is still close with Sergio. So super interesting news. Cannot wait to see that. I've got to message Sergio. I saw this up on his IG page, so I assume that is all true. And looking forward to seeing the collaboration. And Sergio, get some of this on video because this will be priceless. People want to see this sort of stuff. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. If you did enjoy the content, give the video a thumbs up, smash that like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up from myself, Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding. So for me, Xavier Wills, this is Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are out.